Welcome back. Swiss relations with Nigeria date back to the 1970s when it opened its first embassy here in Lagos, but transferred to Abuja in 2004 after Abuja was renamed the federal capital city. Heading the newly opened Consulate General in Lagos is Consul General Yves Nicolette, who's no stranger to Nigeria. You see, about 30 years ago, he was here serving his country in the diplomatic service. Then he went to Côte d'Ivoire before being sent back here again. Having been here only 4 months, he's settled in nicely into his new role in helping to improve relations between Nigeria and Switzerland.
Switzerland has a very long story for bilateral relations with Nigeria. So we opened an embassy just 1 year after the independence of the country, and we were always present till now. So we have excellent commercial relations also, but we hope that we can improve a little bit these relations. So I think we can really say that the bilateral relations between our two countries are excellent.
So the Consulate General here in Lagos, is it fully operational?
It's fully operational from short time. We reopened the Consulate General in November, 1st of November 2015. And after 12 years absence, because we move our embassy from Lagos to Abuja in 2004, we had here an honorary consul, but an honorary consul, we decided now to transform this Consulate General in a professional Consulate General. So it was a decision was taken by our government in 2014, due to the fact that Lagos is the biggest town in the country. There is the center of the heart of the economy. There is the place where the most of Swiss citizens are living. This is where all the Swiss companies have their head office. So that's the reason because we decided to reopen a Consulate General in Lagos.
Well, you once told us, Consul General, that there are 300 Swiss citizens in Nigeria. 80 of them are in Lagos. That's about the smallest number of foreign representatives I've ever heard of in Nigeria. Is this because these are people working in the country and they don't come with their families?
No, I think for us it's quite a big number, because if I compare with other African countries, 300, 400 Swiss, it's quite a big number in Nigeria. We have a small country, but this is also true that a big part of the Swiss citizens are alone without their families, so for different reasons, because school, I don't know, or the wife is working in Switzerland, is not able to come. But we have also families. Me, for example, I am with my family. I was with my wife and with my 2 children, 9 and 8 years old, so they are going to school here. We have no problem. No, I don't think that it's the... But don't imagine that 300 is a small amount. It's normal for Swiss cities.
You've been in Nigeria for 4 months. Do you find any similarities between Nigeria and Switzerland?
Yes, I will say we can compare, for example, the political system, because we, as you know, Switzerland is a confederation, so it's like a federal country. We have a big autonomy. Our cantons, who are your states, your states are. We can compare your states with our cantons. They have quite a big economy, so it's not a country who is very centralized. So we have a capital, of course, like you have a capital in Abuja, but all states have their own autonomy, I will say. So we can compare this. Then it's quite difficult to compare a country with 170 or 180 million inhabitants, and Switzerland has only 8 million inhabitants, so it's quite difficult to compare. But yes, the political system is a little bit similar.
Nigeria happens to be Switzerland's largest trading partner here in sub-Saharan Africa. We're exporting mainly oil to your country. Are there other items of trade between the two countries?
Yes, there are other goods, but like you said, mostly oil, that's sure. And there are other goods, not so many. I am sure that we can increase. It's also one of the reasons because we opened the Consulate General here in Switzerland, in Lagos. And we are working together also with your embassy in Bern, because it's also the duty of your embassy in Bern to promote the Nigerians in Switzerland.
And has this oil trade been affected by the dwindling oil prices?
Yes, but not with Nigeria. So with Nigeria, I think Nigeria is one of our bigger furniture of oil. So we buy quite a lot of oil in Nigeria. I can tell you that I come from a small canton, Canton Neuchâtel, where in this canton there is only one refinery, oil refinery in Neuchâtel. And if we see the numbers of the import goods in Canton Neuchâtel, we have around 27% of the import goods are from Nigeria. That means that this is only oil, but this is a big quantity. So we can say that it's one of the most country from where we import oil.
I know we signed a partnership with Switzerland concerning migration. Switzerland will return Nigerians who are illegally in Switzerland, and in return we will receive aid, we will receive vocational education, training projects, and so on. How many Nigerians on the average have been returned back?
Also not so many. I will say I think in 2014 there were quite a lot of Nigerians who were returned, but this year, although this year, no, we are already in 2016, but 2015 I think that there were only few, so not more than 30 people who were returned back. But it's true, and I am very proud to say that this agreement that we have with Nigeria, it's a very good example. We have with very few countries such an agreement. I think it's also very well appreciated by the Nigerian part, because it's not only, we are not only helping the people who are coming back with a little bit money, so to help them to restart their life in the country, but we have also, beside this, we have also projects that we can find, that Switzerland is financing for the states who were with Nigeria. So we have projects for the youth people, for integration of the woman in the working market, etc. So a lot of small projects, are true, but very important projects.
Well, since we're staying with the issue of migration, are you affected by the current Europe migrants crisis, and what are you doing about it?
Of course we are affected, because we are in the middle of the continent, but I have to tell you that since now, for the last wave of refugees, we are not so affected like many other countries, like Austria, like Germany. You saw in the newspapers these people who are coming through the Balkans. So we were a little bit protected, because we are a little bit more on west of this road. But we are, of course, affected, because we have a lot of, we have in Switzerland around 22% of foreigners, legal foreigners, I have to tell you, and we are a little bit affected from this immigration.
The Swiss banks are said to be holding billions in wealth of a former Nigerian head of state, and we do understand that there are talks already for returning those monies. The first tranche, of course, came in a few years ago, 700 million, and now 321 million. Does the Swiss government, ask questions, when large sums of these monies, this stolen wealth, is, being put in Swiss banks? Do you ask where they're coming from? What do they do?
We are very, very strict now. So, I mean, we have one of the most strict law now in Switzerland. We changed our law recently, but now we are extremely strict, and we are checking everything. So the origin of this money, from where, so the origin, but only and who is belonging. We are very strict.
I see that Switzerland also has an interest in improving human security in Nigeria. So tell us about some of your projects and interventions in the country.
So in Nigeria, we have a lot of projects in this human security. That means we are supporting the democracy. We are supporting the peace, of course. we know that today there are big issues with this Boko Haram situation in the north of the country, and we are trying to help Nigeria in these sectors to have a health, also really I would say a free and healthy and safe Nigeria.
Consul General, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you.
That's Diplomatic Channel this week. Let's keep the conversation going on Twitter and on Facebook. The addresses are right on your screen. I am Amarachi Ubani. I'll see you next time.